This is South African roots, and I did my previous video on decentralization and why we need to clear out the city centers, get illegal immigrants out, sort out what is happening in our CBDs, make sure people are paying taxes. And now I'm going to tell you what we can do with those large buildings that need a little bit of TLC and what we can turn them into. So, there has been a trend of people not paying their rental agreements because they use the squatter rights as a reason to just squat and squat and squat and squat and never leave the houses. Now, why is this unfair? Well, if you are a house owner and you have someone renting and they default for months and months and months, it can be a very, very, very expensive system to try and get those people out. So why do we not have a rental company, a moval company, along with a social service worker that comes to these places, these houses where people have defaulted, let's say on rent for 4 to 6 months. If you're the homeowner, instead of going to the court, which is extremely expensive process, you pay 25,000 Rand. That 25,000 Rand goes towards the moving company, which moves your tenant out, and the social service worker that goes there to make sure that everything is peaceful, even if once again, SAPS has to get involved and just stand and watch and make sure everything is peaceful. And these people can be moved to a hosting facility. One of the buildings within the CBD can be renovated into a hosting facility. A lot of them are old apartments that are just being overrun. If it is fixed up, people can use it as a short-term living situation agreement while they are trying to get back on their feet. So this will be for people who are not needing RDP houses. This is not the RDP house thing. This is people who have really just hit a bad time and need help staying somewhere for no cost virtually for 1 to 12 months, let's say, for example. What else can we do with those empty buildings that are staying in the CBD once we've decentralized? Jails. We always need jails, and don't take this the wrong way, but some of those massive buildings already look like jails. You just need the bars and there you go. They already look like they're geared up to go. Why do we not use them as jailing facilities so that we can actually put the criminals away for the necessary amount of time? Because we keep on giving people shorter sentences because there's not enough jails. There are perfectly looking jails in the middle of the CBDs that are currently drug infested. You might as well just take the people that are there, tell them to wait outside for 5 minutes, put the bars on and put them back in, because it's cost effective, I tell you that much. The buildings are already there. You just need to renovate it a little bit. Old age homes. Why do we not have proper facilities for the old? This can be frail care system. There can be frail care homes in the CBDs. Maybe what we do is with the RDP housing, we create actual retirement facilities on some of the land where people can go and retire in the countryside with the RDP housing model that I spoke about previously with the builders, where it is kind of like a container home situation. We give them the opportunity to live out in nature for their final years, but when they become frail and they need more assistance, we move them back to the CBDs where there are frail care and old age homes for them. Another initiative we can do, military housing. If you want to make sure that the CBD is no longer drug infested, is no longer full of illegal immigrants, is actually a decent place that you can walk in, why do we not renovate the buildings and use it as a possibility to give housing to our military? A whole bunch of free military housing so the guys can stay there, monitor the jails. There can be sort of training fields where they can train in these areas. It is a perfect situation to keep the streets clean in the middle there, while at the same time hosting a whole bunch of things. We don't have to have all those buildings there. Some of them need to be flattened. Some of them have been needed to be flattened, but we haven't had the ability. We create parks wherever the buildings are taken out and removed, because a lot of them are not safe to be living in anymore, but we just cannot get in there. We need the CBD raids to be happening. There could be schools, there could be the technicons that I spoke about previously. I think there was 2 videos ago or so where I said that maybe a part of the initiative of that's a while ago, the little village initiatives, maybe the technicons that we will be building can be there, schools can be there, there can be more hospitals if necessary, better hospitals. The whole idea is there is a lot of potential in the CBDs, but we just cannot get in there. We cannot actually use the resources that the CBDs have right now because it is just not safe. Once the CBDs are clear, once you've done all of this, you can look at improving the hospitals that are already around. You can look at improving the salaries that are already there. But the thing is, we need to remove the rot, the root rot. We need to remove the root rot from our society, the bad habits that we've picked up, the poor attitude that we have towards each other. We need to actually put that behind us and want a better future for everyone, every citizen, no matter the color. We should not be each other's enemies. We should be holding our government accountable. These are very good ideas. These are very good initiatives. Perhaps we should look into it. And that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching.